When we think of medieval clothing, images of simple tunics and cloaks often come to mind. But the reality of 14th century fashion is far more intricate and fascinating. Clothing was not just about covering oneself, it was a powerful tool for communication. It spoke volumes about a person's wealth, social standing, profession, and even their beliefs. In this exploration of 14th century attire, we will unravel the complexities of this era's fashion and discover how clothing served as a vibrant tapestry of social expression. Imagine walking through a bustling medieval town. You see merchants in their woolen tunics, noblemen in their luxurious velvet robes, and peasant women in their practical linen dresses. Each garment tells a story, revealing the wearer's place in the intricate web of medieval society. From the finest silk to the humblest wool, from the vibrant dyes to the intricate embroidery, every detail of a person's attire played a part in constructing their identity. Join us as we delve into the fascinating world of 14th century clothing and discover the stories hidden within its seams. In the 14th century, fabric was more than just a material, it was a social signifier. The type of fabric one wore instantly conveyed their wealth and status. Wool, readily available and durable, was the staple fabric for the lower classes. Peasants and laborers relied on wool for their everyday clothing, appreciating its warmth and practicality. Linen, lighter and cooler than wool, was favored by those who could afford it. Merchants and artisans often wore linen garments, demonstrating their relative affluence. Linen was also a popular choice for undergarments, offering comfort and breathability. Silk, imported from the East, was the ultimate symbol of wealth and luxury. Only the nobility and the very wealthy could afford garments made of this shimmering fabric. The vibrant colors and delicate textures of silk made it a highly coveted material, reserved for the most elaborate and expensive clothing. The social implications of fabric extended beyond the type of material. The quality, color, and even the way a fabric was woven also played a role in communicating status. Finer weaves, brighter colors, and imported fabrics all signaled greater wealth and prestige. Men's fashion in the 14th century was far from monotonous. While the basic tunic remained a staple for all classes, the cut, length, and embellishment of these garments varied greatly depending on social standing. Common men wore simple tunics that reached their knees or calves, often belted at the waist. For warmth and added layering, men often wore hoses, which were essentially long stockings, and a hood or hat. As men climbed the social ladder, their tunics became more elaborate. Nobles favored longer tunics, often reaching the floor, made of finer fabrics and adorned with intricate embroidery or jewels. One of the most distinctive garments of the era was the Houppelandes, a long, flowing robe with wide sleeves that emerged in the late 14th century. The Houppeland was a statement piece, favored by the wealthy and fashionable. Its length, fullness, and often elaborate decoration served as a powerful symbol of status and extravagance. Section 4. Women's attire, elegance and expectations. Women's clothing in the 14th century emphasized elegance and followed strict societal expectations. The chemise, a long linen undergarment, served as the foundation of a woman's attire. Over the chemise, women wore a kirtle, a dress that could vary in length and fullness depending on the fashion of the time. Married women were expected to cover their hair with a veil or head covering. The wimple, a linen cloth that covered the neck and head, was a common choice. For special occasions, women adorned themselves with elaborate headwear, such as the hennin, a tall conical hat that could reach several feet in height. Similar to men's clothing, the fabrics, colors, and embellishments of women's attire reflected their social standing. Noble women wore kirtles made of luxurious fabrics like silk and velvet, often adorned with intricate embroidery, jewels, and fur. The cut and style of a woman's clothing also played a role in communicating her status and respectability. Section 5. Dressing the young miniature adults in future roles. Children in the 14th century were often dressed as miniature versions of adults, reflecting the prevailing belief that childhood was simply a prelude to adulthood. Boys wore tunics and hoses, much like their fathers, while girls donned kirtles and head coverings that mirrored their mother's attire. While children's clothing may have seemed impractical by today's standards, it served an important purpose in medieval society. By dressing children as miniature adults, parents were subtly reinforcing social norms and preparing their children for their future roles within the community.